Normandy, early on a January morning. For thousands of years the tides have come and gone, but here in 2017, a group of St Andrews College students are thinking about events taking place here in June 1944. Here at Sword Beach, Armaranche, and at other beaches along the Normandy coast, thousands of Allied soldiers have landed. Their aim? To finally rid Europe of the Nazi menace. The 32 students and staff are in Europe for 21 days to pay homage to the St Andrews College Old Collegians who fought and died in battles in World War II. Each member of the group here has researched a soldier to be remembered and honoured during the tour.
The hopes for the tour is that it's going to give a group of young people from St Andrews College an opportunity to feel and to actually understand what it must have been like for those young people who were involved in this war. They were representing their generation. Now we're a couple of generations on, and for our young people it's just so hard for them to imagine what it must have been like. And coming to a place like this, you can see, you can smell, you can feel, and by doing that you can actually understand just the kind of sacrifice that these young people made. It's just something that will stay with them for the rest of their lives.
The European visit began here at the memorial to RAF Bomber Command, Hyde Park. It is very cold, poignant, beautiful.
To these current students of St Andrews College, everyone here today is here to support you in your remembrance of the Old Collegians of your school.
This memorial has been dedicated only recently and honours the 55,573 RAF personnel who flew the nightly bombing raids over Germany from 1940 to 1945. Not far away at Hyde Park Corner is the New Zealand War Memorial to those men and women of New Zealand who served in the First and Second World Wars. The 16 bronze standards are arranged in groups, representing both the Southern Cross and a group of soldiers in procession. The girders project from the ground and point south, the angle denoting not only the direction of New Zealand, but also the posture of warriors performing a haka, or a cricket bat performing a defensive stroke, or a shouldered rifle.
Thinking of St Andrews College, New Zealand. Listen. It's October 1940. They're lowering the flag for me. They're playing The Last Post. Listen. It's 1936. The sun on Strohan's mansard tower warms my oak bed and the golden beech tree on the side lawn.
The New Forest, Hampshire was a major staging post for the RAF during World War II, consisting of no less than 12 airfields. It was from these fields that parachute regiments embarked for the invasion of mainland Europe in 1944, and the forest from beneath whose canopy landing craft were prepared for the beaches of northern France.
Flight Lieutenant Barry Martin was classified as killed in action at the age of 31, and for his great skill and efficiency as a navigator, he was awarded a total of 6 medals, the last one presented on the 8th of February 1943, where he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross Medal.
July 1944. This is the continent of Europe which is to be liberated from the Nazis. This is the Republic of France on whose soil the issue will be decided. The Germans have lost their oil and their cities. They have lost the air above Europe and the seas around the continent. Until the German army is defeated on land, the Third Reich cannot be destroyed. June 6, 1944, the beaches of France.
This morning we remember James Samuel Cartwright. He was one of 10 officers and 172 enlisted men who sailed the destroyer HMS Boadicea across the Channel on the 6th of June 1944 and escorted the first tank landing craft of the 8th Armoured Brigade. A lone German aircraft descended out of the sky at dawn, dropped 2 torpedoes, which hit HMS Boadicea. Of the 182 crew, there were 12 survivors, and the ship sank within 3 minutes. Today we remember James Samuel Cartwright.
I think it's about honour. It's about honouring those people who had such a significant part in our history. And it's also about education. It's about education of young people. And it's about opening young people's minds to what can happen when things go terribly wrong in global relationships. And try and set a platform so that we can have some confidence that this kind of thing is never going to happen again.
From France, the group flew to Sicily. Old Collegian James Luthwaite was shot down on the western side of the island, having flown successful missions into mainland Italy. At the age of 23, James is the only Old Collegian buried in Catania, and he, poignantly along with the rest of his crew, lie in the Commonwealth Cemetery in the shadow of Mount Etna.
The crew, who were from New Zealand, Great Britain, Canada, lay forever side by side in the Commonwealth grave. Jim was a person of great courage and he had a wonderful sense of humour. Rest in peace, James Frederick Luthwaite.
Tracing the route Allied soldiers took for the Western Italian invasion, an overnight ferry takes the group from Catania through the Straits of Messina and on to Naples. Founded in AD 526, the Benedictine Abbey on Monte Cassino marks the most strategic point in the Gustav Line, blocking the Allied advance overland to Rome. After much deliberation, 500 Allied bombers dropped more than 1,000 tons of explosives in 3.5 hours on the Abbey and surrounding approaches. New Zealand and Allied forces were then charged with an upward assault on the mountain's summit, with the now heavily entrenched German forces lying before them. In brutal battle, at times hand-to-hand, the high ground at Cassino cost 55,000 Allied and 20,000 German casualties.
Do you see those ruins on the hilltops? There your foe hides himself away. You must grab his neck and cast him from the clouds. And they went, heedless of danger, and they went to kill and avenge. And they went stubborn as ever, as always, for honour to fight.
At the base of the rebuilt Abbey of Monte Cassino, students gathered for a service of remembrance in the Commonwealth Cemetery, paying respects to the brave men and women of all nations who died in the service of their country.
Haere, haere, haere. We greet this land and we greet the local people. We pay tribute to our ancestors and to our dead, and we give thanks for those of us living.
Today we remember Richard James Henney, who lies here at the Casino War Cemetery, son of William, Robert and Elsie Henney and brother to K.L. Henny.
The bravery, their courage was about ensuring freedom for generations of Kiwis and St Andrews College students to come. Freedom not only to enjoy our lives as we choose to, but to also travel through Europe in peace like we have, and have a lot of fun along the way. And so, both here today and in times to come, when we reflect on this Remembrance Tour, let us be proud of the 61 men from St Andrews College who laid down their lives during World War II. Let us never forget them.
From the words of Bignon, they went with songs to the battle, they were young. Straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.